R2DLE. Can you demonstrate undershot Nairs like vs Marth? At what point do you start pulling back fast falling? Okay, so I'll show you this. First off, if he is shielding, you're pretty much never safe, I think. Like, if you're doing a dash jump, you basically cannot make it safe. This is why shielding with Marth is so good in neutral, actually. But people don't use it well enough yet. Like, simply, when you are running, you can't really get enough momentum to get back from Marth's range. Unless you, like, do this. But when you're doing this, right, like, you're running into him and then jumping away. So he could just grab you instantly. So what you want to do with the Nairs is you generally want to space them at a range where he runs into them. So if he's running back and forth, right? Okay, so let's set up an area, right? So he's running back and forth here, right? You want to place the Nair generally when he is here, right? So imagine the Marth shield being a Nair. Then the Nair should be like around here. So he's dash dancing like here. Now this is scary because a good Marth can pivot and then just grab here. But in order for him to do this, in order for him to pivot here, he has to stand on this very note. He has to stop here and then grab. And doing this is also kind of a guess, right? Like, if I do this and he doesn't come in, if he stays there, then I know have no stage. So basically you want to do it at a spacing and a timing where Marth runs into it. Now if the Marth is dash dancing over here, like, and if you think that the shield of Marth is the Nair now, then like, if I'm here, then I will see the Nair whiff and I will run up and grab him. And if he does the Nair when I'm here, then I'll just dash back and continue. The problem is that that's one of the Nairs you can do. You can also do a Nair as a mix-up, so like, alright, Marth is just Marth now. So this is the normal Nair, and he wants to avoid this. Maybe he expects this Nair, or like this Nair, like the super overshoot one. So instead, you fake it out, and you do this, and he's like, shit, I got a shield grab, and he whiffs the shield grab, and you go up and punish him. This is also another good thing. So now, right, he's dashing back and forth, and you want to do the Nair when he's here. He's running forward towards you, and you will hit him as you move forward if you do the fade back Nair. But if you do this Nair, you will also hit him. This can sometimes not work because he will dash under you, but even if he does, most Marths, they will still dash back, and then the Fox Nair is above them and they dash right back into the Nair. And so if you time it right and you read their dash dancing right, not only can you do a Nair that's like, this is harder for them to wave punish grab, but this is also as a mix-up for this Nair. So if they ever grab this Nair, right, because they're afraid, like, shit, what if he does the fade back Nair? Then you can start allowing yourself to do these Nairs, where you don't rely on reading their timing, because you can just go to the spot where they will end up eventually. Because this Nair, right, despite it being very risky, because you can, just dash back and grab it, it does cover more space. Like this is a bit easier to visualize with hitboxes sometimes. Like this Nair actually doesn't cover that much space. It only covers if they run towards you in this very time. So this kind of requires either a read on their timing when they dash back. If they do like this, for example, then their timing will obviously be messed up. They can just do small ones, or they can do, and this messes up the timing. And then you also add on to the fact that there's one more. Now, what do both these Nairs and that Nair have in common? That they both jump from here. So then the Marth, and this is sometimes New King does, is that he will run forward and he will grab. And how do I beat this grab? Then like you probably need to do like a jump that's even earlier, so like here. Or you need to like dash and bait it out, grab. Or you need to full jump, but those obviously have their own problems. The other thing that both these Nairs ever lose to is that they lose to like an up tilt or like an up smash or like Marth short up nairing. So now the Marth can dash back and forth, and then when he's dashing forward, this is the time where you generally want to start the Nair, then he will do an up smash. And this will be both the Nair's timings. And it will even beat like this timing. Or the Fox can jump this, it will beat the Fox baiting, and it will beat the Fox jumping with the weak back. Basically, it's super fucking hard. I don't even know how to do the best Nairs. But the basics are generally those two. That you either use it as a mix-up for the long Nair, so that they whiff the dash grab, or they run into it. Now, there is also another thing, like why would they run into it? If the Marth is trying to do run up down tilts, then he runs way further. Now this is a pretty good time to nair him, because he will leave his dash end zone. He will like very clearly run towards you. So like if the Marth is the Fox in this case, he'll like dash normally here, and then he will down tilt or down smash. I fucked up. So now you can like react to him going here, and then you can do the nair, or you can predict him. So then you will do nairs like this to cover the space where he will go if he does dash dance, if he dashes up. But you can do them safely here, so that if he does dash dance here, these nairs are so far away that like he can't really punish it. He can't like dash dance grab this on a reaction, because you're only covering him if he actually runs towards you. You're protecting a space that he essentially doesn't know. You're protecting a space that's yours and not his. And this also beats like, like if he dashes up and he does a short up nair that's approaching, or he dashes up and he forward smashes, and dashes up and he dashes up and he side Bs or jump forwarders, then the like slight attacking nair can also beat that. Right, it's really complicated, but basically it's not a surefire tool at any means. It's very punishable, but it is good because under the threat of other moves, this nair coupled with the threat of this, coupled with the threat of this, coupled with the threat of just dash dancing, coupled with the threat of running shine, coupled with the threat of down tilt, coupled with the threat of run up shield, coupled with the threat of just taking space. So like if they don't move, then they would just lose the space. Then it can be very good. The easiest way I would recommend learning this is simply spam this, and like situations you see good people do it, and you will see like, okay, So I'm doing this Nair. When does it hit? And like you spam it to like a stupid degree. So like you focus only on this. You can do other things, but you focus only on the outcome of your short up Nairs. And eventually, if I'm lucky, I just want the CPU Marth. Yeah, and then you'll be like, oh shit, I got grabbed now. It's like, and then you think back, how could I have stopped him grabbing me? Oh well, you know, I did an early nair, so maybe I'll start doing late nairs, and then debating that the shield grab out. Or you got up tilted and you're like, okay, then I should bait the up tilt and then do that. And you kind of work your way backwards in a sense. You see a move that's should be good because top players use it. And instead of trying to figure out when you should use it, you spam the move and then you figure out what beats it and then you learn what beats that. And once you've done that for like a fuck ton of moves, so like you learn what beats run up down, so you learn what beats dash dash grab, you learn what blah 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 blah. Then you can kind of form a sense of neutral game. Hope that was helpful. No problem. I also kind of reaffirm my own thoughts when I do stuff like that. It's a lot of knowledge, and sometimes I need to refresh my own knowledge of it.